Good morning. Good morning and salutations, friends. How are y'all doing? Let me get things situated here and everything. Oh, I got to turn my little lights on. Good grief. I forgot. We've had to make it a little excessive on the YouTube to keep the riffraff out. Okay, let me go live on Instagram. Let me turn my lights on. Gotta turn the lights on. Gotta turn the goes. I don't think you can really see Elvis, but we're gonna turn him on too. He shows up more at the night. You can't even see him at all. There he is. How are you guys doing? Are you awake? Hi, Beth. I'm not awake. Still working on being awake. I'm tired. I'm tired, Susan. You're spineless? You are, Willie? Look at my hair. I haven't even brushed my hair. Oh, Dad's here. I'm live. Don't say anything inappropriate. Julia, you can't hear me? You're on YouTube. That's my Aunt Julia. Everybody say hi to my Aunt Julia. Julia, you know the best place for you to come so you can see everybody in the chat is virtualantiquemarketplace.com. You don't have to download an app. You just come over like you're just typing in your Google and you'll be able to see everybody in the chat. Because right now you're on Instagram and you can only see the chatters on Instagram. But if you're on VAMP, then you can see everybody. You would like it over here. It's just a fun community. You can't see it, Aunt Julia, but everyone is saying hi to you in the chat. You can't see it. So you'll have to come over. What are you guys all drinking this morning? We already know what Willie's drinking. I've got Monster Mash. And again, they are doing canned. I bought 2 more cans of different deliciousness from Daily Sip. Black coffee, Lori. Ooh. Rachel coffee. But Rachel drinks cream and sugar in her coffee. Happy birthday, Eve, Shannon Ferrara. Shannon's a good girl in the group. Nikki's drinking black coffee. What are you going to have after your coffee, Nikki? What are you going to have after your coffee, Nikki? Pumpkin spice latte, says Brooke. You're not even out of bed yet? There you go, Nikki. There you go. I have to figure out, listen, Daffodil Hill's drinking a Monster Mash. I need to figure out if I can send a can in the mail so I can do a giveaway of a Daily Sip treat, like a drink. I mean, I ordered my Monster Mash from Alani in July, and I just got it this Monday. Bye. Love you.
Love you too.
But they ship that. I'll have to ask the post office about it. I'm sure if I wrap it up and stuff, but I mean, it's carbonated. I love the caffeine. Okay. And I have a very high tolerance for caffeine too. But as I'm getting a little bit older, it's not as easy anymore. All right. I'm going to read our affirmation. And then the sale today, if you just want to come and hang out, I love that. If you're watching on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, and you want to purchase some of these books, then come over to VAMP. If you want to just come and hang out and spend some time with us this morning and have a little bit of fun, still come on over to VAMP and hang out with us as well. There's a lot of sales that are going on today. I think Carolyn might be live right now still. Carolyn Ira is having a jewelry sale. And then at noon, LaDonna is having a sale as well. Good morning, Jean. You get your peach tea monsters from Amazon. Well, should I give one away today? I would have to ship it by itself just in case, but I'd wrap it real good. I feel like I want somebody else to try the deliciousness of it, you know? Because you know when you go to the when you go to the post office, they give you that spiel. Is there any perishable batteries, liquids? I say yes. There is a liquid. On Friday adventure. Mean Friday morning? I won't enter because I'm close enough to get your own. I know. Susan and Brooke, I got to look at my calendar next week. But I think that we should have a Ben's day or something. You want to go have a day? Susan, can you get off of work? Can you get off of work? I don't know if Carolyn will go with us too. Can you get off of work, Susan? What is the day of the week that you can get off of work? Yeah, you. Do you want to go have a Ben's adventure? I'll see if Cindy wants to go. Yeah. Susan, you want to come too? Both the Susans. Well, we'll have to plan something. But I am going to make the graphic today. But we are going to have the next vintage day out is going to be Saturday, October 18th, which is my dad's birthday. So I might try to have a little surprise party or something for him, like get a cake. One year I made him, well, he might be watching this later on. We're not going to have that. I don't know. He may be watching this later on. We could have a surprise party for him. One year, yeah, Dad's birthday is the 18th. Mark's birthday is the 20th. So we can have a birthday party for Dad and for Mark. Mark won't watch this. So one year we got Dad a booby cake. We should make him a booby cake again. So it is going to be the 18th. And I think that we're going to try to do something on the 18th and the 19th. I'm going to call the hotel today before I put something up on the internet to see if I can have some rooms, discounted rooms set aside at the Hampton Inn. So I will get a hold of them today. My contact over there, they've always been really, really good working with us. So plan on October 18th and the 19th. One day we'll be here locally, and then one day we'll go down to Salem and Huckster's Hall. There's a really good restaurant down there too that we can eat lunch at. So we'll just kind of make a day of it. So plan on that. I will put a graphic out as soon as I get it done. All right, and then we'll hang out here of the evening, Saturday night. We'll just have a hangout, which is what I'm trying to do with this space. So I'm gonna try to make it a hangout space. So that's gonna be fun. So October 18th, we can celebrate Dad and Mark's birthday. I mean, Dad will be here for 5 minutes, but he might make an appearance. He doesn't like to be around people. We're going to let it all hang out. We're going to let it all hang out. And Susan said that she would spend the night here with Mr. Webb. Right, Susan? She's going to sleep on the air mat. He's fine. He's fine. And this time I want to go and visit Mr. Webb. So we'll go to the cemetery too. Okay? We'll go to the cemetery. All right. So these books that I have, I love them. I think that they're amazing. And it was pretty interesting looking through them and researching them a little bit too. But before we get to the books, let's do an affirmation for today. Affirmation warning. Remember when I used to do that? This is Wednesday, September 24th. I have more than one door for opportunity to knock on. I will not focus on what I may have missed out on or what wasn't meant for me, and will instead look forward to new things on the horizon. I will not focus on what I may have missed out on or what wasn't meant for me, and I'll look forward to the new things in the horizon. I love that. I know that you would, Brenda. I wish you were not so far away. I wish we could all just get in our little teleport machine and just kind of hang out, you know? Yeah, Willie's travel days are postponed. A little update. I still continue to pray for the Layson family, for Emmeline. It's hard. It's hard. So just continue to pray for peace and for, just for peace and for strength for them during this time. I cannot even imagine. So continue to pray for our friends and for peace, basically. At this point, we're praying for peace, strength, and comfort at this time. So just think about them and kind of send them some well wishes. All right. Hi, Gray Fern. All right. I'm going to get started. I'm just going to grab one of these books. Now, hi, Penny Sue. Next week, I am not going to create listings. I'm just going to pull things out of a pile because I have resource books and I have magazines. I've been vlogging this morning and I have some antique women's magazines. One of them's from 1860 or 1886. So those are going to be, I probably will take pictures of those, but the rest of the things that we're going to be pulling, I am not going to take pictures. So it's just going to be pulling out of the stack because this takes a long time for me to do. All right. Now, let's get started. I'm just going to pull the one that's on top of my pile. Oh, let me get there we go. And I did try to put a little bit of a blurb in. Now, if you have to leave or something and there's a book that you really want me to run, you can let me know. This book has some value to it. I researched these. I researched the value of every single book. And this one does have some room if you want to buy it for resale or if you want to buy it and keep it for a little while. This one is called Yellow. I wish that I could. I'm very limited on what I can do with this here. Let me grab this other tripod. Because I was thinking it would be good for me to be able to just aim it completely down. Oh, it's not going to fit in that. I need to work on getting a better tripod arm because that's as low as it can go, and that's not going to work. Close your eyes for a minute, guys. It's going to be a bumpy road. No, that's not going to work. I will work on getting a better eyeball camera. Guess I could flip it around, but anyway, this is upside down, but it's yellow. And this one is from 1971. It is a first edition. You can see I've taken pictures of them so you can see that. But it's known for its intricate black and white illustrations with pops of yellow, which it is. It's almost like a seek and find type thing. And he was walking, and then he stumbled upon a yellow. He found a yellow. What do you think it is? See, when you're reading this to young kids, what do you guess? What would your guess be? The sun, Big Bird, Pikachu. You know, that's how you get kids interested. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? What could it be? Let's make a graph. Let's take a vote. You know, that's what you do. You get the kids in. It was a hat. Oh, banana. That would have been a good guess too, Shannon. It was a banana. But you can see in this book, there are all kinds of like little hidden Easter eggs of things. So when you're reading this with a young child, you could say, Let's see how many things that we can find. But anyway, he tried it on, and it's all about what he does with this hat. This is a first edition from 1971. It's in really good condition, and it has the original dust jacket. The book looks just like the dust jacket on the outside. It has a good smell to it. It's not been written in, and it has some value on it on eBay. So I am going to start it at $12. Let me pop that out. Oh no, I got to start it here for 30 seconds. If there's any interest in this, I think that I had seen sales comp sell for like $25. And it has a really good smell to it. I thought that I got the no. I mean, it is not a hard book to read. It's, it's a very interactive book that you can read with a child. But even on his wallpaper, there's all these little like Easter eggs that you can seek and find. Thank you, Lori. Look. He added some suns and some more yellows, and you're like, wonder what he made. Thank you, Lori. It's a really, really cool book. And let me get my cart back. I love books like this that you read with a child that has those open-ended questions. What did he do next? What do you think? And the kids are like, and they're trying to work together and try to figure it out. That's what I miss about reading to young children. I miss that part of it. Okay. This one is next. Gregory. If I would have had time yesterday, I would have gone through and put these all in order, but I did not do that. All right. This one is Gregory Griggs and Other Nursery Rhymes. This one's from 1978. It is also a first edition, and it also has the original dust jacket. None of these are ex-library. Well, some of them are. None of these that I'm showing you are ex-library. They are all somebody owned these. Has the dust jacket, and this one has like a little insignia on the cover of it. It's a first edition hardcover published by Green Willow Books. It's a charming collection of lesser known nursery rhymes brought to life by Lobel's distinctive and whimsical illustrations. I'll show you the pictures. La 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 la. All right. So this is very much like, he kind of looks like he is in like Victorian times with his, good morning, Betty. I hope you're having a good morning, with his like George Washington-esque. So we've got Gregory Griggs. Gregory Griggs had 27 different wigs. He wore them up, he wore them down to please the people of the town. He wore them east, he wore them west, and never could tell which one he liked best. So Gregory Griggs was bald. And he had all these wigs. Which wig do you like the best? That would look silly. And then little Miss Lily, you're dreadfully silly to wear such a long skirt. If you take my advice, you would hold up nice and not let it trail in the dirt. See, I've never even heard of some of these. Charlie sold the barley out of the baker shop. The baker came out and gave him clout, which made poor Charlie hop. You guys know this one, right? This, you'll be able to say it with me. There was an old man named Michael Finnegan. This is a different version. He grew long beard on his chin again. Along came a wind and blew it in again. Poor old Michael Finnegan. I've always heard it. There was an old man named Michael Finnegan. He had whiskers on his chin again. Pulled them out, but they grew in again. Poor old Michael. Did anybody else know that version? Betty? Oh my gosh. Oh, how sweet. The 18th. October 18th and 19th. You don't remember that, Shannon? Giant Jim. All right, I could read these all day. Diggity diddly, my Mamie's maid. She stole oranges, I am afraid, in her pocket, in her sleeve. She stole oranges, I believe. All right, this is what the illustrations look like. He looks like Ben Franklin. Okay, so this is going to be $8 for 30 seconds. It is hardback. Not common nursery rhymes. that you may know. There's no writing in this. It's in excellent condition. It's barely been looked at. It's from 1978. It is the first edition. We got a Madman, Anna Elise, Jolly Red Nose, Dirty Old Man. Milkman, Milkman, where have you been? In Buttermilk Channel, up to my chin. Now, any of these that don't sell, I will be listing in as buy it now. But think about Christmas. They're vintage, but they're like brand new. All right, I'm going to put the ones that I'm going to put as buy it nows in that pile. All right. This one, you guys will all know this tune. I get to it. Also a first edition. This is from the year I was born. Let's go down a little bit. Let's go. The year that I was born. Man, they smell so good. 1975. Skip to My Lou. It's a first edition, hardcover with the original dust jacket. And it's just, I love the illustrations in this. Well, this is the front. You take the dust jacket off and the front looks like that with like that textured kind of clothy look with the Skip to My Lou people. And it has these bright 1970s illustrations. This one is illustrated by, well, it's Robert Quackenbush wrote. I think he did the pictures as well. But you guys know this, right? Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. But this basically goes through the whole song. Dear Cousin George, let me tell you about my sister Lou's engagement party. The party's first disaster. There were flies in the buttermilk. Flies in the buttermilk. Shoo, shoo, shoo. But you can see there's flies in the buttermilk. Right there. And then there's mice in the bread tray. I mean, these people are appalled. She is appalled at the mice being in the bread tray. Hair in the butter. Ooh, hair in the butter dish 6 feet long. Hair in the butter dish 6 feet long. Look, he's puking. What's the other disaster? Pigs in the parlor. What do? They're making a mess. Lost my partner. He left. What happened? Off to Texas 2x2. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Then you have the whole, but look at the hearts and stuff on there. It's so good. It's very 1970s. It says, it was a disastrous party, but it sure was fun. Meow, meow. All right, let's go ahead. This is at $6 for 30 seconds for 1975. First edition, Robert Quackenbush. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Your phone lost sound? Flies in the buttermilk. No. Hair in the butter dish 6 feet long. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Lori. Thank you, Lori. Also, let's see. Hi, Jamie. Also, let me put this in here. I should have done it. I wish that this just stayed in there, but it doesn't. First time or tome, time, buyers, use, I'm yelling at you with this, use code, first, nope, first, Misty, to get 15. Oh, hang on. We'll get there someday. Percent. Nope. 15. Oh my goodness gracious. Percent. Okay. Are you feeling better, Jamie? Good morning, Carolyn. Thank you. I love that necklace. I've been wearing some chunky gold, but the ones I have are pretty crappy. I figured that one that I bought from you would be better. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Jamie. All right. I wanted to say too, good morning, Jen. If you are a VAMP seller, I did put in the chat, in the VAMP seller chat, is that if you were doing a thing starting in October, the first day of October, if you have a live sale, one live sale every week, and you have to follow through with it. You can't just schedule it and then not have it. So if you can commit to at least one live sale a week, okay, we're starting there, then the whole month of November, you will be dropped down to 5% commission. So, which means, district has to make their 5% is what I'm trying to say. So you'd be cut down to 5%. So we need to see you doing, it doesn't have to be a sale. It could be a chat. It can be a hangout. It could be whatever you want it to be, just to spend time with the community. So that's the deal with that. I did put the information in the chat, in the sellers chat. All right. Also, we had some new sellers we onboarded last night. So if you see them popping in and having some sales, having some live sales, then make sure that you go in and say hi and support them. So that's happening too. We onboarded, I think, 9 new sellers last night. So welcome, new sellers. Now, if you've applied to be a seller again, we won't do another onboarding till the end of the month. So, hey, Val. Yeah, I know. I'm excited. Okay, books. I got to find this one now. The Ups and Downs of Marvin. Nope. Let's go all the way up to the top to find Marvin. The Ups and Downs of Marvin. Where are you at, Marvin? Some of these, though, I should have gone through this, but some of these I didn't get listed because they are worth, this one didn't get listed. This one right here is worth a ridiculous amount of money. So I didn't list that one because it's worth a lot of money. So I didn't feel like doing that one now. Okay, Val, we're not going to tell anybody. A lot of people come in from work. How many sellers are there? I think we have 260. It changes because I do deactivate accounts if a seller doesn't have at least 10 listings up. I do deactivate. Can I allocate my 5% to district? Right. Same. Okay. Now watch, I probably will come across that one again. All right. This is the one that I remember, and I didn't realize it was as old as it was. Where is it at? It's going to be the very last one. I didn't realize this one's also worth a little bit of money too. I didn't realize that this was from the 1930s. This is from 1939, and it's Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel. Do you guys remember this? Misty said, yes. October 18th and 19th for the next vintage day out. This is a first edition of Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel. So it's pretty special. This it no longer has the original dust jacket. And it does, happy birthday, Kevin, from Aunt Gladine, written in pencil. So you could erase that if you wanted to. There is a little bit of foxing on the pages, but it's in really, really good condition. One of my very favorite books is Are You My Mother? And remember when he went and he saw the snort? So this one kind of reminds me of the snort because it's this, he goes up and sees the snort. But this is a classic story. Mike Mulligan had a steam shovel, a beautiful red steam shovel. Her name was Mary Ann. Mike Mulligan was very proud of Mary Ann. He always said that she could dig as much in a day as 100 men could dig in a week. But he had never been quite sure that this was true. He's going to put Mary Ann to the test. I don't know. I just remember this story. Dig a cellar in a day. So it is in really, really good condition. I thought this was from the 70s, but no, this is the first edition from 1939. There is this back page right here, though. This is the very back page that has some damage on that very last page, and that's what the back of it looks like. So I am going to start this at $20. It sells for double that on eBay. So again, Some of these books do end up surprising you. I was quite surprised at some of these. There's a couple of them that I just went ahead and listed on eBay. Because some of them are worth like $75, $80. I'm like, that's going to be hard pressed finding that big of a book collector here on VAMP at this time. All right. So Mike Mulligan, 1939, first edition. I'm going to get skipped to my loo off. All right. That's going to be listed in the Bite Now, but it's going to be more than $20. I need to get my nails done, Nikki. I got to do that. I don't know when. Are they good enough to make them into a miniseries? Steam Shovel? No. No. All right, so this was the real Mother Goose. The real one. She doesn't have her dust jacket, though, unfortunately. Very iconic dust jacket. It kind of looks like that. But I only have, oh, you're quoting Weezer. And if they're really good, they're going to make them into a miniseries. The Real Mother Goose. This one is from 1954. There are earlier editions of this one. It's illustrated by Blanche Fisher Wright, which sometimes the illustrator, the artwork in the books are worth a little bit more than the book itself. The original copyright for this book was 1916. So this is, this version is from 1954. No dust jacket. But this has great graphics in it. And it's in really, really good condition. But it's just got, here's the real Mother Goose. There is a couple pages that looks like they have been repaired. Mary had Pussycat and Queen. Pussycat, Pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to look for the Queen. Good job. But great illustrations in here. There's a wizard. That little girl's crying. Fears and Tears. The Killikini cats. But look at these ladies here with their blossom ladies. Anyway, $10. It's an oversized book. $10 for 30 seconds. And the book itself is a navy blue on the outside. Oh, look at that. Humpty Dumpty fell off his wall. It's kind of scary when you think about all the king's horses and all the king's men. That guy is like, no, I would not like any more of that meat, ma'am. No. No more of that for me. I wonder, I should have looked to see if there were any. Okay, here's Mother Goose. She looks like a witch. I like that Mother Goose that looks like a witch. Yeah. Humpty Dumpty freaked you out. I know, it's kind of weird when you think about it. I don't know. I'm obsessed with the pictures in this book. I should have looked for Christmas and Halloween. Oh, well, I'll look for them later. All right, so that's going to go and buy it now. Next one. Oh, gosh, this one. Now, the cover on this one is frightening, to say the least. Which one are you? Where did you go? I really will try to get these in order the next time. This one. Frightening. Now, luckily, the inside of the book isn't all about clowns. Okay? It's Little Black goes to the circus. That's the Little Black. Like Little Black Beauty goes to the circus. But those clowns are frightening, to say the least. This is by Walter Farley. It is from, and Walter Farley was the author of The Black Stallion. So it's the Little Black Stallion. From the same author. This was Beginner Books, division of Random House. This one is 1963. Hardcover. It's a classic beginner book that tells the story of Little Black, a pony and his boy, who are invited to join the circus. The book features a familiar style of beginner books with simple, repetitive texts. Run from the clowns, Little Black. There he is. I call my pony Little Black. He and I are good friends. Little Black will do anything for me. He'll do all these tricks. And then the circus comes to town. And they want him to join the circus. And he does. He does some daring tricks. Look at him go. And he didn't want to let the horse go. He was going to give the horse to the circus, but then he said no. He's not going to do that. Anyway, familiar Dr. Seuss beginner book from Random House. This is starting at $6 for 30 seconds. It's not one that you see very often, but it is kind of neat that it has the connection to with Walter Farley, who wrote Black Beauty. Has anybody read Black Beauty? Did you have to read it in school? It's boring. It was boring. I'm just going to go out and say it. The pony wanted to be a circus star. I'm not going to tell you how it ended. Not in 40 years. I know it was boring. It was boring. It's a little boring. Boring book. This book is not one that you see very often. It's also Random House beginner books that I can read with that repetitive text and that kind of thing. This one is a book made about me. The king, the mice, and the cheese. The illustrations in this are fantastic. So this one is from 1965, and it's about cheese. It's in really good. Look at this. I love that. Those mice eating their cheese. That's so fun. Now, this one is by Nancy and Eric Gurney. Eric Gurney is the illustrator of this book. Once upon a time in a faraway country, there lived a king. And he lived in a beautiful palace. He had everything he liked, but he liked cheese best of all. His cheesemakers made the best cheese in all the land. Everyone in the palace could smell that cheese when they cut the cheese. Everyone in the town could smell the cheese. I think it was from Wisconsin. Everyone in the country could smell the cheese. He told his friends. Everyone came running about it. The mice had fun living with his cheese, but he wanted to get rid of the mice. He's like, enough of these mice are eating all my cheese. He brought in cats. The mice chasing cats did a good job. But then the cats really they were lazy, and the king didn't like living with the cats. So he's like, these cats got to go. I'm over the cats. They got to go. And he got rid of them, so he brought in the dogs to chase out the cats. And that worked too. But then the dogs were constantly begging for food, and that annoyed the king too. And he's like, I don't know what to do with all these dogs. They got to go. They got to go. So they brought in lions, because that makes sense. The dogs drive you nuts. You just bring in lions. And then the lions chased the dogs out, which was great. But then he didn't like living with the lions either. So he's like, we got to do something about all these lions. So then they brought in the elephants, because that also makes sense. And the elephants, they chased the lions away. And every last lion was gone, but the king didn't like living with the elephants either, because the elephants were big and they were destructive. And so he's like, we gotta get rid of these elephants now. And all of his wise men said, yeah, well, because mice are afraid of elephants, and they brought back the mice. And then they were like, it's just fine. We're just gonna live with the mice, because that beats living with all the other animals. The mice were fine. And then he's like, what am I going to do with all these darn mice? I've tried everything. What am I going to do? And after a while, he thought about the answer, and, he just learned that he should have nice manners and share his cheese with all of the mice. Life lesson. Just be a sharer. Just share your cheese. Anyway, this is also it's got some value to it too. So I'm going to start it at $15. I thought I would try it here first. $15 for the king, the mice, and the cheese. Yeah. Yeah, he was just, I'm just going to live with the mice for a while. You always share the cheese. I mean, that's the rule. I mean, Dana and Jerry and Wendy, they came down and shared the cheese. They lived in the land of cheese. I bet this king is from Wisconsin. And the grapes. Man, I'm obsessed with those grapes. They are expensive. Those grapes were expensive, those weird looking grapes. And again, it's one of those things that you get up to the checkout and you're like, because then you have to weigh them because there's so much per pound. And you're like, oh, those grapes are expensive. And then what are you going to do? You're just going to get the grapes. Okay. I am going to try to find these because they're on top. That's just going to be the easiest way for me to do this instead of digging. All right. These next books are 2 vintage readers. They are Scott Forshman. Actually, there's 2. And every quarter you would get a new reader. And I think that these are both 4 and 5, Times and Places, Days and Deeds. So I think this is probably a 4th or 5th grade level will be my guess. You can see there, but man, they got a good smell to them. And the colors on them are fantastic. So if you're wanting to use these books as a display for your items, they make great displays. And you get both of them. The new Times and Places, which is this one, is from 1955. And the new Days and Deeds are also from 1955. Both books both have a lot of illustrations in them, but they're in really good condition, and you can use these. You can read them. There's stories about pigs, but you get them both. You get them both. $16, 30 seconds, and it's running for the set of books. And if you bought something from me yesterday, you've already unlocked discounted shipping, but I will do the calculations to see if I can ship these to you cheaper via media mail. And if you didn't order anything else, and obviously I will ship them media mail. I can't if you bought other things. I will, if you still want media mail, I'll have to ship them separate because you can't put anything else in with media mail that's not media. All right, those will be available in the Buy It Now. All right. Takes a trip. No, I'm just going to do it this way. Just going to grab the one. This one brought me back. Mercer Mayer. I love the illustrations in Mercer Mayer books. I love the illustrations. They're fantastical. They're just fantasy. And I love that. This one is a golden book. Not like the golden book, golden press. And it is Mercer Mayer's 1980 Herbert the Timid Dragon. I know it is very much a classic. This is for Joel the Troll, but the illustrations in here are so fun. That one's like the one that is on the cover. But Herbert the Dragon lived in a snug cave at the edge of the forest wild. Every night at bedtime, Herbert read a story from his favorite book, Knights in Armor. He loved the exciting tales of brave knights and princesses in distress. I wish I were a brave knight in armor, thought Herbert. And I love looking at all the little things around his cave. He's got bats in his cave. He's going to his refrigerator. It's just a classic. It's just a classic story. And he has all these notes left up. Herbert decided one day to leave home and seek adventure as a knight. He packed his bag and started along the dusty road, kind of like Shrek. Sorry, you can't even see these pictures. But again, all these little bubble captions, he finds the princess. He saves the princess. It is like Shrek. It is like Shrek. This note says, remember to wash my ears. He puts all these reminder notes everywhere. Do they fall in love? I don't remember. Oh, there's the king. That'll fix. Knock and look up. You'll be so surprised. Anyway, there's lots of little Easter eggs in here as well. But anyway, it's a fun story. All right, $5 for 30 seconds for Herbert the Timid Dragon by Mercer Mayer. Mercer Mayer also did the pictures. They illustrated it and wrote the words, which is so fun. I love these books. And I think that that's why, I mean, look at his little watch too. And you can see he has his watch on in a lot of the pictures too. Oh, look. He's done made her mad. He's like, oh boy, what did I do now? All right, Daffodil Hill. Oh, Caffeinated Indian jumped back in. That afternoon, the king and his whole army marched into Herbert's front yard. I'm going to make mincemeat out of you, oh foul and villainous dragon, shouted the king. He couldn't be talking about me. Anyway, that's so cute. All right, Caffeinated Indian. That one is coming to you. I love that one. Love, love, love. All right, I got Dick and Jane. I get asked a lot if I have Dick and Jane, and I do. And look at the cover. It's so delicious with this color. This one is 1956. New Fun with Dick and Jane. This is also a Scott Forshman reader. The colors on it are amazing. This one is an ex-school book. And it is dated 1956. Earlier copies, 1914, 1940, but this one is the 1956 edition. Pages are clean with bright, colorful pictures. It's Dick and Jane. Dick and Jane, and they've got Sally. Sally is in here too. Oh, move that over. Classic illustration. Look up. Dick said, look, look, look up. Look up, up, up. Jane said, run, run, run. Dick, run. Run, Dick, run. So just repetitive. There's little Sally. What was their dog? Spot. Spot was their dog and Puff was their cat. But it's in really, really good condition. Thank you, Father, said Dick. Thank you for the pet rabbit. Come here, come here, Sally. You did not see the rabbit. Sorry, one of these days I'll get my camera angle good. All right, so Dick and Jane. Classic. It's in really nice condition. Like I said, it was an ex-school book. All right, and it has a good smell to it. Susan is in at 10, and it is running. Again, the displayability of this book. I mean, even if with these books here, if you have a bunch of these child reader books, the colors are so fantastic, especially these Scott Forshman books that a lot of times they'll have, the ones from the 50s will have that binding or that band around there. So they just look really nice together. All right, Susan, 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 and Susan. It's coming to you. Thank you so very much. Also, tomorrow, guys, I'm doing, well, first of all, today at 3, I'm going to be live from Star City Thrift. You can only watch it if you're on VAMP. I'm not going to be multicasting it to Instagram, to Facebook, or to YouTube. You can only watch it on VAMP. So make sure that you're a member. They've been bringing out vintage Halloween, so they've got more of those noisemakers. They're bringing out the stuff. So that's going to be at 3 p.m. today. And then tomorrow at 3 p.m., I'm having my Victorian sale. So if you like that kind of things, just come and hang out anyway. But I'm just saying if you like that kind of things. And I have the catalog set up, so you can take a look at the things that I'll be bringing. This book, I remember. I don't know why I remember it, but I do remember it, and I love the illustrations in this. This one's Willoughby. It's by Rachel Isadora, and I do believe that Rachel Isadora also wrote the picture or drew the pictures. This one is Willoughby, and it also has the original dust jacket. So the book looks like the dust jacket, but the dust jacket does help preserve the book. 3 p.m. Eastern. So that would that be 2 p.m. Central? think it's 2 p.m. Central. So this one is also a first edition from 1977. It's the story of a young girl who loves to draw, often getting into trouble for her creative pursuits. The illustrations are beautiful. They're black and white drawings with a pop of color, giving the book a unique and nostalgic feel. It's a tale about a child's imagination and artistic passion. It's a must for collectors of vintage picture books and a fan of Rachel Isadora's books. The illustrations in this book are very soft and comforting to me. Willoughby is in the first grade. She likes math. She likes math, lunch, her teacher, Miss Finney, and science. Best of all, Willoughby likes to draw. But look at these pictures. Aren't they so nostalgic? There's Willoughby sitting at her desk, and she's drawing. And you can see it's black and white with just hints of pink from Willoughby's art. All the kids are doing their math, but Willoughby, she did her math, but now she's drawing pictures. I love the illustrations in this book. Everyone was busy doing a poem except for Willoughby. She makes a bunch of get well cards. Willoughby doesn't give Miss Finney the 37 get well cards. She doesn't have to. I don't understand the end of that, but I like this book. I like the pictures in it. So this is going to be $5 for 30 seconds. If there's any interest in it, a little girl who loves to draw and loves to be artistic, but sometimes she gets in trouble because she's not doing the things that she's supposed to be doing. Look, she even went and she was drawing on the wall. She drew on her desk. That teacher looks annoyed. You go to the principal. Thank you, Nikki. She drew on the walls of her bedroom. I don't know. I like the book and I love the illustrations. Thank you, Nikki. That one is coming to you as well. All right. What do we got next? Oh, this one. I want to be a librarian. For some reason, that one picked up the back cover. That's weird. This one is from 1960. This one has a really good smell. It was an ex-library book, so it was wrapped in that plasticky stuff. I took it off. But I Want to Be a Librarian, 1960. Now I think that the original, this one is a first edition. First edition published in 1960. And it's written by Carla Green, illustrated by Francis Eckhart. Part of the popular I Want to Be series. This one is I Want to Be a Librarian. The pictures in here. This is Jane. Jane walked towards the library. There's Jane and her dog. She had never been inside the library. I wish Joe had come with me. Joe was Jane's big brother. He would not come to the library. He had a new boat. Well, look at that kid. That kid got her dress caught in that door. Anyway, she wanted to be a librarian. Look, she got to learn how to use those card catalogs. You got to know how to use the Dewey Decimal. Oh, she's getting a book about boats for her brother. She wants to be just like her. I know I like the plastic too, but it wasn't in great shape. But I like the sound of it. Anyway, she wanted to be a librarian and she's playing librarian. Did you guys used to play school when you were little? I did. Now look at the cat. Meow meow. This one on the very back page has a hole where the card catalog thing was. Someone tried to rip it out. It looks like the last person to check this book out from the library was in 1977. This has a good smell to it. All right. There is a little bit of wear on the top cover, but on the back, it's exactly the same, and it's in really good condition. So if you wanted to use it for a display, you could. All right, $6. Thank you, Nikki. I want to be a librarian. I'm sure that there was others like, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a policeman. Here comes the book bus. How do you get to be a librarian? You should go through college. Then you should study another year in library school. I want to be a bold answer. Library school? Was that a thing? Is Nan here? Nan was a librarian. Nan, did you go to library school? Librarian school? Hello, LaDonna. All right, Brenda. That one's coming to you for $9. I never heard of librarian school. Well, I guess we learned something new today. All right. This one is Bruno takes a trip. Bruno. Nope. Where are you at, Bruno? Bruno takes a trip. It's going to be on the very last bottom. The very last bottom. Oh, see, now it's out of order. Good grief. Bruno takes a trip. There you go. Bruno. This one's from 1978. It's also a first edition hardcover with the dust jacket. It is that's dust jacket. Achim Broger and Gisela Kalo. It's translated from German, from German, so that's why the authors have a German name. It's in very good condition. Dust jacket, shows a little bit of wear. This book follows Bruno and his raven Hans on a whimsical adventure. When Bruno receives an invitation to visit his friends in the country, he can't afford a ticket. He hatches a clever plan, mailing himself in a package with colorful childlike illustrations. See, there he is on the cover, and his pet crow, Hans. But it does have the dust jacket, and the book looks just like the dust jacket. I don't know. I think if I had a raven, I would name him Caw, C-A-W. Caw. That's how I'd have to say his name every time. Bruno takes a trip. So this was translated from the German text, but still great 1970s illustrations. And this is, what did I say? It was from 1978. See, look, he's going to mail himself. He's got, you would name yours Steve. He made a little air hole so he could breathe. Wow, he really got far. He got on the airplane. Security was much less back then in 1978. Well, I guess his friends decided they all wanted to go on a trip together. I don't know if they packed cheese or not. But this is first edition. We're going to start it at $6 for 30 seconds. Bruno, we don't talk about Bruno because Bruno broke the law and aborted a plane illegally. So we don't talk about that. Nobody talks about Bruno. So both author and illustrator are from Germany. Wow. They're all going to drink. I guess they're all going to sit at the table and drink. All right. We don't talk about Bruno. No. Bruno broke the law. All right. That'll be available in the buy it now. I want to get to this one because it's on top. This one's from 1977. How many dragons are behind the door? This is another one that is fun to read with kids. So you can add, I love the books they're really interactive, and this is one of those as well. And this one has the original dust jacket. There's the back of it with the little dragons behind the door. The colors on this one are fantastic. And look, oh, this one's so good. Look at the book under the dust jacket. Isn't that fantastic? With the dragons and the little children. And it's like a bright, bright orange. So how many dragons are behind the door? It's also a first edition. It invites readers on a whimsical journey to discover the number of dragons hiding behind various doors. It's very rhythmic, and playful illustrations make a delight read. It is. It's in excellent condition. It has a good smell. How many dragons are behind the door? So, long ago in a castle far, far away, a duke and a duchess were living, and they had a family of daughters whom they loved dearly. One day they called them and counted out clearly. The duchess said, pointing, 1, 2, 3. That's all, said the duke, that I can see. Oh, here's another girl. 2, 3, 4. I'm sure, said the duchess, that we had more. Ah, here's number 6. They had a lot of kids. And there's number 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. And then where's 11? Do you see any more? We only need 2 to finish our task. Let's name them all too. They don't have names yet? That's Madeline, Gwendolyn, Jane, and Clothhide, Caroline, Genevieve, Maud, and Matilda, Winibald, Guinevere, Joan, and Brunhilde. And here's our longest, our little Gunhild. All right, so anyway, there's all the daughters, and then they come to the dragon. And that amiable dragon galloped on after. Oh, no! It's time to go home. Come here. Anyway, they're going on an adventure. They're going to go and see how many dragons are behind the door. And they're all going to guess how many dragons are behind the door. I don't know. It's just a fun, whimsical story with great illustrations. Oh, her mother was thin after giving birth to about the largest dragon on the earth. Okay. Oh, look, they love little baby dragons for all the kids. Okay. $5, 30 seconds. Thank you, Daffodil Hill. 12 little dragons will return that day to the leafy wood where they could romp and play. And last of all, at the very end, came Gunhild with the mother, her favorite friend. The end. Cheryl. All right, Daffodil Hill. You guys, I'm so glad that I'm making a leeway on my books, but man, I got a lot. Next week, like I said, next week, thank you so much, Blueberry. I'm going to, or Daffodil. We're going to pull resource books and magazines. That's what we're going to do. All right. Because this took me quite a long time to do all these books, but I also kind of liked it too, but I just don't have time to do it. All right, this one is Letters to Smokey Bear. This is from 1966. It's illustrated by Susan Pearl and edited by Bill Adler. So this is hardcover, Wonder Books 1966. And it's just letters to Smokey Bear. I don't know if they're actual letters. Dear Smokey, I colored you a picture. I colored a picture of you. I colored you green. Did you ever see a green bear? You look terrific. I think the green bears would be very popular. I colored you green because I didn't have any crown. I think these are actual letters to Smokey Bear that they put into this book because it was edited by that guy. This kid's a little, look. Oh my gosh, do not be sorry about that at all. Do not be sorry about that. Dear Smokey, you mistaked. I asked you for 50 badges and you only sent me 1. What a brat. Dear Smokey, I would like information about Smokey and his wild friends because you see, I love animals very much and I would like to protect them from fire. I always liked animals and I always will. I will try my best to keep their lovely homes from burning. P.S. No grown-up helped me with this letter. I wrote it myself. So cute. But there are some Smokey illustrations in here too. Isn't that cute? Dear Smokey, I have sent you this small cake of soap because nobody likes a dirty bear. Your friend, Irving, Atlanta, Georgia. P.S. I hope that you are not insulted. I know that you are a clean bear. You can give the soap to any bear friends that are not as clean as you. So he's like, here, bear, You need to use this here soap because you stink. That was funny. One more short one. Dear Smokey, my big brother is a Boy Scout. He told me not to play with matches. You would like my big brother. He is very smart. And we never fight, except sometimes. Nobody likes a dirty bear. All right, Caffeinated Indian is in at 7 for 30 seconds, and it's running. Now, the back of it does have a little bit of wear, but the spine is real great. The spine is real great, but it's all these, and the pictures are kind of funny that they've illustrated. Thank you for sending me my badges because it has been raining and there's been no fires. Well, that's good. All right. Caffeinated India. It's coming to you for 7. Thank you so much. All right. Next, we have the tortoise and the tree. I love the illustrations in this one. This one is from 1978. It is also a first edition. It is a beautifully illustrated book retelling of a Bantu folktale from Africa. The story explains how the tortoise got his patchwork shell and showcases a series of animals who try and fail to bring back the name of a magic fruit tree. The illustrations are wonderful. Look at that grumpy turtle or tortoise. And we've got the dust jacket. And you can't really tell. I'll pull it out of the dust jacket. But the book itself has like a lizard embossed in it. But honestly, since the dust jacket has been on that book, man, the book is like it's never even been used before. Here's the inside. Very groovy illustrations. And it's a tortoise and the tree. You know, we hear about the tortoise and the hare. But look at these fun illustrations. And it smells good. Look at that. That reminds me of Disney. It smells good. There's an elephant. The tortoise. Mavera told him the name, but he also gave him a little bell and said, I will put this around your neck. If you are tempted to look back, the bell will ring and will stop you. It smells good. I can't stop smelling it. All right. $5, 30 seconds, and it's running for The Tortoise and the Tree. First edition, 1978. It smells so good, though, too. You know? Yeah, the books smell good. Also, do you like my earrings? Christine Gray Wolf made them. I bought them from her last year. I got out my Halloween earrings yesterday. I need to get out my Halloween shirts. All right, Daffodil Hill. That one is coming to you as well. Thank you so, so much. Okay, let me go up here. I love this book. This one is, nope, not that one. Where'd you go? Oh, you're on the bottom here. Oh, I love this book. All right. So this is Leola and the Honey Bears. It's an African-American retelling of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. The illustration in this book, I love so much. I love it so much. Look at these bears. Look at that. Those humanoid bears. And she's like Goldilocks. It's so great. So Leona, this is hardcover is from 1999. It's in excellent condition. The pictures in here, oh my gosh, are just incredible. So, look, Grandma, look, Leola sang as she struggled to pull the biggest, wettest bed sheet from the laundry basket. Monday was always wash day, and much to her grandmother's surprise, Leola had decided to help hang out the sheets. Listen, child, I just put that sheet down before you get it full of dirt, fussed her grandma. But I just want to help. I know, Sugar Pie, but I don't need any help right now. You go on and you play now, but don't stray off anywhere, and don't go talking to any strangers. Did you hear me? She said. Leola doesn't listen. She ain't going to listen because that wouldn't be much of a story, right? But look at the woofs. She got scared because she wandered off. She did not listen to her grandmother. And look at these bears. I love the bears. Just sitting, eating their chips, eating their soup in their nice little cabin. And all of the woodland creatures. This is Bug's nightmare. Is this what you have nightmares about, Bug? All of the woodland creatures come. And then there's Goldilocks. She comes in, or Leola, she comes in, she tries the berries. She sleeps in the beds. And the bears are like, what the frick? Who is that? They're all giving each other a hug. But look, they became friends. It has a happy ending. I love the pictures in this. Look, there's her and her grandmama. It's so sweet. All right. This is going to be $5 for 30 seconds. Beautiful illustrations in this book. So I think it's like if you're reading to a child, it's nice to have a different variances of the same story. Because kids know the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So you can do it a little bit different, tell it in a little bit of a different way. It makes it very, well, they want to know about it. They want to see the pictures and talk about the pictures. So I love this. And I love the illustrations. All right. That is going to be up in the Buy It Now after the sale is over. This one. Yeah. The Queen of Een. Not the Queen of England. The Queen of Een. This one is poems by Jack Prulusky. This one is a first edition from 1978. It's a collection of 14 humorous poems, including Poor Old Penelope, Curious Clyde, and Uncle Bungle. The book is filled with immortal zanies created by the collaboration of Prulusky's witty verse and Chessa's unique illustrations, which are both funny and irresistible. So it does have the original dust jacket, and the book underneath has an embossment of the Queen of Een. Oh, the Queen of Een. And the title is in the story, or is in the book itself. So it's just, the pictures in here are very classic 1970s. Let me get to it. Look at her. She's eating the steering wheel. And this is Plumberly Potts' unpredictable niece. Pumberly Potts' unpredictable niece declared with her unusual zeal that she would devour piece by piece her uncle's new automobile. She set to her task very early one morning by consuming the whole carburetor, then swallowed the windshield, the headlights, and the horn, and the steering wheel just a bit later. She chomped the doors, the handles and locks, on the valves and the pistons and the rings, the air pump, the fuel pump, the spark plugs, the shocks, on the brakes, and the axles and springs. When her uncle arrived, she was chewing a hash made of leftover hoses and wires. She just finished eating the clutch and the dash and the steel-belted radial tires. "Oh, what have you done to my auto?" he cried. "You strange, unpredictable lass." "The last thing wouldn't work, Uncle Pot," she replied, and he wept. "It was just out of gas." Well, she ate it. Anyways, the illustrations, look at that. I love these creepy, kind of creepy, whimsical illustrations. The Pancake Collector. Come visit my pancake collection. Ooh, Gretchen in the kitchen. She looks a little witchy. I see you're here to sneak some looks at Gretchen and the way she cooks. Oh, Uncle Bungle. Uncle Bungle, now deceased, ate a cake of baker's yeast, then with an odd gleam in his eye consumed a large shoe polish pie. His dinner done, it's sad to say that Uncle Bundle passed away. Uncle Bundle, now deceased, still shines and rises in the east. The end. All right, we're going to run this one. $6, 30 seconds. The Queen of Een. There is a story in here with these pigs in it about the Queen of Een. The Pancake Collector. 4 foolish ladies. Poor old Penelope. Where's the Queen of Een? Adeline. The more she ate, the more she weighed. The less she weighed, the more she ate, and called Adeline and addled Adeline's lost weight. That's the truth. The Queen of Een is such a goose. She brushed her teeth with onion juice. All right, that's going to be available in the Buy It Now. All right, this one I loved. It reminds me of the 80s because it's from 1983. And we love our bears, right? We love our teddy bears. This is the secret world of teddy bears. I'm going to tell you right now that I got on eBay and I ordered 2 of, hi Angela, 2 of the gnome books, you know, like the Tom Clark gnome books. And they kind of remind me of this. But this is a rare and privileged glimpse into the lives they lead. Bug, listen to this. When you're not there. The secret world of the teddy bear. It has the original dust jacket. That is so 80s. Yeah, they come to life. Has a good smell to it. It is a hardcover book. And so Brenda, this is Brenda the bear. This is Brenda the bear. Okay, you want to hear what Brenda does when she comes to life? Brenda poses at the bar. Someday I shall be a star, amuses she, a pirouette in my tutu of pink net, light as a feather, soft as air. Oh, never has there been a bear like me, she says with simple charm, with a sylph-like wave of her furry arm. Look at these bears. They're on a team, a bear team. This is Suzette, and she makes up her fuzzy face. This is lovely Amanda sitting on her veranda. Simon studies every night. But they're actual bears that they take pictures of. Look at that one. Freddie likes to ride a goose. Good job, Freddie. He's even carrying flowers. Now, all the bears sit still. Ben likes to read to the bears and that baby. But it's just like little blurbs of what the bears like to do when you're not around. So I'm going to start this at $8 for 30 seconds. It is in excellent condition. 1983. It's written by Pamela Prince, and the photographs are by Elaine Ferris Keenan. They do have a couple pages like this that have like a full spread of the bear party and different things with the bears. This is Julia. She daydreams all the time. These are antique bears. I don't know if there's any Christmas bears. Oh, look at that. Those bears just got married. All right, that's going to be available and Buy It Now too. All right, what one's next? This one. The 20 Elephant Restaurant. This one is Russell Hoban, Emily McCauley. It's 1978. It is the first edition, and it does have the original dust jacket. So this one is story of a man, a woman, and a wobbly table that turns into a whimsical tale involving elephants and a restaurant. The illustrations on this are fun too. And again, it does have the original dust jacket. And this is what the book looks like underneath with these elephants and their pots. Sure drinks all the time. She might. And then the 27 Elephant Restaurant. 1978. It has a good smell. Black and white pictures. I think that there are, yeah, black and white and it does have color in pictures as well. Look at all of the elephants coming upon the farm. Mr. Bildo, the one-man circus. See Mr. Bildo build a restaurant single-handed. Admission $1. Enjoy a hot dog cooked and served by dancing elephants. That's a marketing. That's how you get people there. He put up that billboard. See, the 20 Elephant Restaurant. And people came all around because they wanted to see all of these elephants in the restaurant. Wouldn't that be something? What happens when they have to go to the bathroom? What I want to know. Look, there comes more elephants. Mr. Bildo, the one-man circus. There he is, Mr. Bildo. Willie, I said Bildo. B-I-L-D-O. Bildo. All right, Sash is in at 15. This one does have some value to it as well. I did research all these books and I looked up the comps. I wanted to bring them to you. I've got these for a really good price. So I wanted to bring them to you guys first before I listed them anywhere else. Thank you so much, Sash. Are you guys still drinking your caffeine? That smells good, Sash. It smells good. Tiffy Doofke. That's the next one. This is another one that has surprisingly shocked me because they seem like just an unsuspecting book. You know, this is also first edition. It's from 1978. The Tifky Doofke by William Steig. It is, where's the story? It's a Tifky Doofke is a garbage collector in the town of Popville. He's tired of his calling. On a quiet spring morning, he comes across a fortune teller, Madame Tarsal, who sends him on a quest to find true love. The story follows Tifky's adventures and his surprising encounters, leading to a satisfying and heartwarming conclusion. And he's a dog. He's a dog garbage collector. Does have the original dust jacket, and it's like it has never even been touched before. It's in that good of condition. It's just green. It's just a green book. And Tifky Doofke, the garbage collector, went his rounds in a jolly good mood. It was the first-rate weather. He planned to wind up work in time to get to the annual picnic of the Oil and Vinegar Club over in Moose Hollow. Moose Hollow! Hear that, Nikki? Look, he's going to the fortune teller. I think he's just like, you know what? I'm really kind of sick of being a garbage collector. I want to find love. I want to find love. Soon the dump lay before him, a sea of garbage. Crows were rummaging around for any dainty tidbits. He wants to find love. Look. I'm not going to give it away. But this has some value to it as well. I'm going to start it at $16. Whoops, for 30 seconds. I finally made some coffee. Jilly told me she would come over and make some last night. Oh, Jilly, way to go. I might make me a cup of coffee too. It sounds kind of good. It's kind of a overcast and rainy day here. I need to do my shipping. I'm going to do that when the sale is over. And I really need to take some pictures for Monday. And like I said, I'm not taking pictures of the books. I'm just going to pull some of the books. I got to take pictures for Monday. And it's going to be Halloween. It's okay, every little thing. I'm just so glad that you're here. All right, will be added to the buy it now. My sales for the rest of the month of October will be mainly fall. I mean, I will add in some different ones, but I've got quite a bit of like fall-y like things. So it's going to be that. And then I'll go probably straight into Christmassy kinds of things. But not all the time, because I know not everybody celebrates Christmas. Hi, Bree. And I know not everybody decorates for fall and Halloween, but I'm drawn to every holiday type thing. So I tend to buy that kind of stuff. All right, Peabody also has some value, some resale value on eBay. Excellent condition. It is a first edition. It's from 1978. Has the dust jacket. This story follows the adventure of a special detective, Augustus Peabody, and his dog, Humbug, as they try to solve a bank robbery. Each page features detailed, sprawling illustrations full of things for young readers to find. So the cover looks just like the book itself. It smells good. It's in really great condition. And again, we've got that nice, bright, vivid 1970s illustration. This one is illustrated by Ken Kirkwood. But look, it has all these things that you can find in the background. So it's really kind of fun to look at. And then it has the little notes right here. So these are the things that you can seek and find in the pictures. So it's almost like a Where's Waldo type of thing, like a pen and notepad for taking notes. And so you have to look into the picture and find those things. But it also has a story. Professor Augustus Peabody was a special detective. He had a small office with his name on it and on the door, and an assistant, Humbug, his dog. Can you find the list in Peabody's office that he needs to pack? So you have to help him find the things in the picture. Can you find these 3 things? You have to find the 3 broken things in this picture. So it's a very interactive story with these really bright. I think it's good. It's kind of fun for an adult too. You have to find the way to the stamp stall. Let me see if I can find the stamp stall. I don't know. That kind of looks like the stamp stall. Up here. Up here. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, it's just full of seek and find things. And that's it. Again, it's got a little bit of value to it too. I started it at a much lower price. $15 for 30 seconds for this Peabody's First Case, 1978 first edition. Excellent condition. So it's sort of like, yeah, like an I Spy book. Bright, brilliant illustrations. What one do I have going on next? Oh yeah, that's a cute one. Go ahead and pull it out. All right. It'll be available in the Buy It Now, but it'll be more than $15. All right. This next one is really, really cute. Hi, Aileen. How are you? This one's from 1982. It is Christian Nursery Rhymes by Janet and Anne Graham Johnstone. It's a good friend ideals. Remember the ideals, like sewing stuff? The pictures in here are so cute. They're so cute. It's a nice oversized book, but they're like a little bit of the Big Eye Keen-esque art to it. Aren't they great? The illustrations are so... Peas porridge hot, ring around the rosy. I love the illustrations. Look at that. 1982. Did you remember? Yes. I think it was Aileen. It was Aileen. Aileen got the shirt. She's in the chat. Let's find another good picture. Like, look at. So I love this one. All right. This is going to start at $6 for 30 seconds. It's in excellent condition. It does not have a dust jacket. And I don't think that it ever did have a dust jacket. But I absolutely love the illustrations in this book. Aren't they fantastic? That one is Grandma O'Leary, always so cheery. Days when it seems dreary, she is glad. When it's fiercely snowing, icy winds are blowing. Graham says it's not going to be so bad. If I say it's cold, emphasize the good, just as Jesus would. Graham sets me to thinking all bad thoughts are shrinking. They're gone from the winking of an eye. She looks like she's scolding him. Hi, Kim. All right. That's going to be up in the Buy It Now as well. Noel the Coward. We're almost done. We are almost done, man. We're going to be raiding into LaDonna. This is Noel the Coward, and it is from 1988. It is hardcover with a dust jacket. The dust jacket is a little crinkly at the top, but it is there. You can see Noel the Coward on the front. The dust jacket really did a good job of protecting the book. So it is the story of, well, it doesn't say. Noel was a big coward. So was his father. Better live a coward than a dead hero, said Noel's mother. But father and son soon discover they are neither cowards nor heroes. They just don't know how to fight. A visit to Charlie's school of self-defense gets them on the right track, and they learn valuable lesson. If you know how to fight, you don't have to. You can walk away bravely. So I want to see the school that they're going to. Okay, here it is. They both went to Charles School of Self-Defense. Oh, dust jacket's coming off. Oh, wow. It's like a gym. There's the teacher. The bigger they are, the harder I fall. Oh, look, they're learning how to fight. They graduated with honor. Now they're not cowards anymore. All right. It's a valuable lesson book, starting at $6 for 30 seconds. So that's Noel, and that's his dad. And they went to the self-defense school. But then they decided that they could use their words. Gus and Tony knew he could, but they never punched and teased Noel again. So all of these animals used to tease and punch Noel and his father, but they don't anymore. I want to know what happened. He snapped his fingers and gave them a dirty look and walked away. He didn't have to fight them because he knew he could. It's about being confident. It's about being confident. I didn't read the book. I'm not familiar with that one. All right, I am familiar with this storyline. This is from 1995. It's a little house on the prairie. You came to a good story about Noel and his dad going to self-defense class so they could be confident and just give people and then they would leave them alone. This one is nice because it is spiral, and it is a songbook adapted from the Little House books. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Laura Ingalls Wilder. Y'all know her? Well, we can sing. As a special birthday treat for Laura's 5th birthday, Pa played Pop Goes the Weasel. I'm immediately thinking of Pop, Pop Goes the Weasel, the Weasel. Pop goes the Weasel because the Weasel goes pop. Pop, pop goes the weasel, the weasel. Pop, pop goes the weasel. Remember that song? Pop, pop goes the weasel. Who sang that? Pop goes the weasel because the weasel goes pop. Who was that? I'm not the only one in the world that remembers that song. Surely not. Do I need to find it? I bet it is. But hang on, I got to find this song now. Because now we got to share it. Good. I'm glad. I'm always happy to make people laugh. That makes me so happy. Pop, pop, goes the weasel. Third base. Third base. Okay, hang on.
I said, drop those pizza.
Hang on.
Now, because you love it so good, we're going to have some cookies. Yeah. No.
Who needs this? We got to wait till the chorus comes on. The weasel. Pop goes the weasel because the weasel goes pop. Okay. Anybody else? That's a classic. Okay. Pop, pop goes the weasel. Not that version. Let's see. Yankee Doodle's in here. America. Three Blind Mice. Buffalo Gals. Won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight.
Quackenbush wrote a children's book called Pop Goes the Weasel and Yankee Doodle, which came out in 1976.
Well, okay, that's great. Quit listening to me. Oh, Susanna. Oh, don't you cry for me, because I've been to Alabama. No, because I'm going to California with the wash pan on my knee. That's not how that goes. Sing a song of sixpence, peas porridge hot. Hang on, we're going to find it. Mary put the dishes on. Polly Waddle Doodle all day. Camp down races, sing the song. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Now lay me down to sleep. Home sweet home. Not in here. Well, we just need to sing it. Old Dan Tucker was a fine old man. Washed his face in a frying pan. Combed his hair with a wagon wheel. Died with a toothache in his heel. Get out the way for old Dan Tucker. It's too late to get your supper. Supper's over and dinner is cooking. Old Dan Tucker just a standing there looking. It's not in there though. That's a shame. Anyway, this is going to be $6 for 30 seconds. If you like to sing music and you can play things on the piano, maybe you can do this. It's nice and spiral. Camp down ladies, sing this song. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Camp down races 5 miles long. Oh, a doo-dah day. See, I don't even know some of these verses. I come down there with my hat caved in. Doo-dah, doo-dah. I go back with a pocket full of tin. I've never heard that version. Oh, the doo-dah day. Susan! Thank you, Susan. Well, we got a little song reprieve from that, right? All right. Wallpaper for Eugene's Room by Florence Cranman and illustrated by Charles Brack. This is from 1967. It does have the original dust jacket. And the cover, the book looks just like the dust jacket. This is a first printing. Where's the details? Well, I didn't say. I don't know. Eugene had a brand new wallpaper zoo with 3 giraffes and a kangaroo, an owl cat and a blue cockatoo. But the very first night that Eugene slept in his newly papered room, guess what happens with the animals? I think they come to life. Wallpaper for Eugene's room. Look, there's his wallpaper. And he's so excited. Enjoy your new friends. That night, I think they all come to life. That would be another Bug's other nightmare. The cat. Whoo. Apparently, the animals come to life. That owl is up to something. So let's make peace and clean up this room. So apparently the animals wanted to clean up Eugene's room. His friends did not believe him. His friends were like, yeah, look at that guy. He's crazy. And he's like, no, I'm serious. The animals really did that to my room. Wait, they have other books in this series. Eugene, Pack a Grip. Eugene and the Policeman. Nobody Looks at Eugene. Eugene and the New Baby. Wallpaper for Eugene's Room. And Hippoloto and Eugene G. Well, there's a whole series. $8, 30 seconds. Wallpaper for Eugene's Room. That's not a name that you hear much anymore. It's my dad's middle name, Eugene. The animals all came to life on his wallpaper. See, there's a wallpaper man putting the wallpaper up with that owl. Wallpaper isn't a thing that's kind of the past, right? His mom went to the wallpaper salesman store. It's your dad's middle name too? I know. We don't have a lot of great names in our family. Like, you don't hear people naming their child Misty anymore, you know? I wouldn't either, but you think about that sometimes. All right. I cannot believe that I'm selling these because these are my favorite, but I am. And I'm selling them together because I didn't have the heart to separate them, but they are Gus the Ghost. You'll get both of them. So we've got Gus was a friendly ghost. 1961 copyright. And then Gus and the Baby Ghost is 1972. They're both vintage weekly reader book club books. So Catherine Woolley is the was the pseudonym. Well, Jane Thayer pseudonym is Catherine Woolley, and the illustrator was Seymour Fleischman. So Gus was a friendly ghost. Oh my gosh. Now, Jean Ann wrote her name in this book with pen. Jean. Weekly reader. This one's the older one, the older of the two. This one's from 1962. But again, oh my gosh. Didn't you all just remember looking at the pictures and looking at everything? Look, the family's down there eating. And there's Gus. There's Mr. Webb up there in the attic. Susan, come stay here. But he's a friendly ghost. See? He's sad because the autumn came and the Scott family left because they were just there. It was their a second home, apparently. Gus didn't have anything to do. He didn't have anybody to haunt. So you get this one. And then Gus and the baby ghost. Look at the baby ghost right there. Jane Thayer, the care and feeding of baby ghosts. It says in that book right there. Belinda Toddell and Jean Ann, they both wrote their name in here. Gus the Ghost and Mr. Fizzle ran the historical museum. Gus at night, Mr. Fizzle during the day. Mr. Fizzle lived upstairs. Gus had an attic apartment. Cora the cat lived there, here and there, and Mouse, the mouse, had his own private quarters. Late one night, when Gus was in charge, Cora came in from a moonlight walk and said, "A baby ghost is outside." Look, a baby ghost. He had to take care of the baby ghost, but he didn't know how to do it. Anyway, you're going to get them both. All right. So we have 4 bids. Aileen is in at 18 and it's running. Again, these in the background would make a great background piece for Halloween or just to sit out on your coffee table. Let people look at. They smell good. They're in great shape. Other than Jean writing her name in pen. I honestly don't mind when people have their name written in books. I don't mind. All right, Aileen. Gus is coming to you, Aileen. Thank you so very much. All right, we only have 2 books left. Now, look through the buy it now, or look through the buy it now. Also, look through the ones that I didn't sell. If there's one that you want me to run again, especially if you've bought a book and you've unlocked discounted shipping, then I can run another one again that you might. Okay, yes, I can rerun the 2 readers. I'll go ahead and grab them now. But I've got 2 more that I'll run. But look through if you want me to. Oh my gosh, I love the Gus ones. I can't believe that I'm selling them, but I did. This one's Where's Gomer? Where's Gomer? It is from 1974. It is a first edition. It's by Norma Farber, and it's illustrated by William Penn Dubois. It reimagines the tale of Noah's Ark with a whimsical twist. Noah's grandson, Gomer, has gone missing. Farber's lyrical storytelling is paired with Du Bois' detailed and expressive illustration. So where's Gomer? Also has the original dust jacket. It's got the little dove, peace dove on it. This is 1974. Excellent condition. Jean did not write her name in this book, but look at those illustrations. Aren't they so fuzzy? Look at, where's Gomer? Oh, apparently when you're working on the ark, you got to wear a hat that says ark. I particularly like how everybody else is looking one way And then we got the camel and the llama that's completely looking in the opposite direction. I like that about them. I do. Well, there's Gomer right there. Everyone settled on board the ark. We boys watching the watermark. It won't be long before we embark. Where the heck is Gomer? It doesn't say heck. Where's Gomer? Look at that bear. Noah's enjoying a coffee break. Grandma, his wife, serves milk and cake, which we take and take and take. Let's save a few pieces for Gomer's sake. Where's Gomer? See, when you're reading it to a child, you got to overemphasize. Where is he? Japheth and Shem and Ham are here, sorting the tackle, testing the gear. For we may be afloat as long as a year. We'll manage, says Noah. Be of good cheer. Where's Gomer? So we're asking where's Gomer a lot. We don't know where Gomer is. The mother of Gomer is in tears. What a time for shinny to shinny for apples. I don't understand what she just said. She must be distraught. Look, I guess that's Gomer. There's the ark. Anyway. Request above to rerun the... Yes, I will rerun the 2 readers. Thank you so much, Michelle. All right, we're going to start. Where's Gomer? Where's Gomer? Gomer got in trouble. I'm certain. I don't know what the significance of that 2 is other than 2 by 2 animals. Oh, missing nephew, cousin, son, oh, grandchild, Noah's favorite one, named Gomer. Oh, wait. I think they end up finding Gomer. He's riding that dolphin. Gomer's already arriving here. A dolphin whom Gomer's proud to thank dumps him dryly on the bank. So Gomer's the first who disembarked. So he helps us others off the ark. Gomer didn't die. He's there. He was riding on the dolphin. All right, I will run the readers, but... Oh, wait, no, yeah. I'll run the readers. That one I don't have. All right, so the readers. This one. That one. These 2 readers. Let's find them again, and we can restart them. If there's anything else that you want me to run, I can. Where'd they go now? They're up at the top. Move to stage. Okay, you will get them both. They are from 1955 and, well, they're both from 1955. One is number 4 and number 5. There would have been 4 of this in this set, but we only have 2 of them. But they still look really good in a display. All right, starting at $16 for 30 seconds. Thank you, Susan. The Mother Goose. Mother Goose. Oh, that one. Okay, the big blue one. The real Mother Goose. All right, will do. All right, Susan is in at 16. Susan, make sure that you smell these books when you get them, okay? They smell good. They smell real good. All right, thank you, Susan. Thank you, thank you. All right, the real Mother Goose. Move to stage. Restart auction. Okay, the real Mother Goose. It's from 1954. It's not the antique version one. It is, they did, like the very first one was 1916. So this is the 1954 edition. It looks the same. It's just, it's from 1954 instead of 1914. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start it at $10 for 30 seconds. I started it at 10. All the book sales that I do on Wednesdays probably will be at 10. But like I said, I've got a lot of the resource books, and I'm going to combine them with magazines. I got to go through this because like there's some resource books that I don't want to get rid of. All right, Susan is winning this. And if there's anything else that you want me to run, I can. Also, take a look at the buy it now. And if you see something, thank you, Susan. If you see something that you like in the buy it now, you can send me an offer or heart it, and I will send you an offer on things. But just kind of going through, we've got Mike Mulligan, the steam shovel. This is the first edition one. Gregory Griggs, Peabody's first case. I love this one because it has all those seek and find pictures in it. Tifky Doofky, The Secret World of Bears. I know, I love this too. It's so fun. That's why I was excited to do the children's. The Queen of Een. This one, I absolutely love the pictures. Leola and the Honey Bears. Bruno Takes a Trip, packs himself up and sends himself to visit his friends. The King, the Mice, the Cheese. Little Black Goes to the Circus, the same author who wrote Black Beauty. Christian Nursery Rhymes has great illustrations. Wallpaper for Eugene's room. Noel the Coward. And Where's Gomer? We know where Gomer. We know where Gomer went. So all of those will be listed in the buy it now after the sale is over. But make sure that you go and check out my store, and make sure, here, we can just do this. I'm going to show you a few of the things that I'm going to be bringing. I think tomorrow, some of these may be in next Wednesday's sale as well. But now some of these, I know that this isn't technically Victorian, but you know what? It's my sale and I can add things if I want to. But I've got this little compact. I always have a hard time getting this open with the mirror. So all these, the pictures are in the listings. I've got a beautiful, great brooch for fall. This I absolutely love. This is Tro and Son Furniture Stoves Wallpaper Funeral Directors. This one is antique. Gosport, Indiana. This little tip tray. I love that it says Funeral Directors. So that is going to be a great find. Also, a portrait jar. These are fun to find too. Of King something of France. Look at that hair. So these portrait jars are pretty collectible. But you can see I do have all the pictures in the listing, so you can check out the catalog to get a better look at things. I just really like, it's fancy. It's fancy dancy. Also, I've got some vases, Carnival glass vase, Imperial. I've got some Victorian milk glass. Look at this one with the daisies and all of that paint that is still on there. Isn't that crazy? And then this little one too. This one surprises me at how, look at that turquoise paint that is still there. Isn't that incredible? Little powder dish. And then look at this little goober peeking through the matches. I am, Karen. Keep this in your bathroom. Yeah, I'm going live at 3 from Star City Thrift to do a live shop along. So that's going to be today at 3. We're stalling a little bit. We're going to wait so we can raid into LaDonna. I also got the Chill Tonic with this baby on it. This helps for malaria. If you have the malaria, you would take that. Also, I'm bringing the Victorian collar box. I don't know if this one's going to be in tomorrow's sale or the one next, but we have the colors in it. This one might be next Tuesday's sale. And I love this bottle. While this is not technically Victorian, it goes along with that theme, and it's the ball and claw. Look at the color of this. The Wheaton ball and claw. I wonder if that bottle stopper, let me go look. I got a bottle stopper, but I've been trying to find a bottle before. Let me see if this one will work, and I'll show it. No! Never mind. Just need to sell that gosh darn thing because I can't find a bottle that'll fit on it. I need to carry it around in my purse. Whenever I see a bottle at an antique store, I'm going to test it and see. But isn't this great? I think this is in tomorrow's sale. And then I got like this. This is an antique plush of a giraffe. I think I'm going to put a little bow around him, though. I think he needs a little something. I couldn't find any comps on him, but I think that he is just amazing. So those are tomorrow. I got more things. You have to check out the catalog. And that's tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. And I'll give it a try. You know, the Victorian stuff isn't necessarily my jam, but I do have some things. And I'd like to see more people hop on and pull some things, go out of their comfort zone a little bit, and try some different things. Try doing, you know, I need to also do a textile sale, and I need to do an ephemera sale, and I'm trying to do some different things. So the books I've really been interested in researching a little bit. Okay. I got you, Karen. Yeah, I definitely can. So anyway, I guess that's it. Is LaDonna live yet? We'll raid into LaDonna. I mean, listen, I'm bringing this. She's not Victorian. She's not. She's from the 30s, but she could be with Victorian decor. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be like an actual 100-year-old something. Because like even, well, these cameo portraits, they're from the 60s, but they've got like a Victorian style to it. So even like, it doesn't have to be, it just has to be like Victorian inspired kind of a thing. Do you know what I mean? It could be whatever you want it to be. Whatever you think it is, that's what it can be. What does the buy it now consist of? In mine, I got all kinds of things in my buy it now. You have a good day too, Helen. Helen, look. See that big banner over there? It's my boyfriend. It's my boyfriend, Helen. And the big banner. Okay. When LaDonna's going to go live next. I'm going to do shipping. And I'm going to be live again at 3. So I'm going to get what shipping done I can get done. And then we're going to go over to Star City Thrift and do some things. I've got more, or they have more vintage Halloween noisemakers that I'm going to be showing and other Halloween items. So I hope that you can come to that. It's only going to be on VAMP. So you won't be able to watch it otherwise. I got to make sure I charge my phone charger as well. So, okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. Is LaDonna live yet? I want to make sure. Yeah, she is. All right, let's go over to LaDonna's house. All right, bye, guys. Thank you again so much.